Let's have a look now at how they line up for the women, and a big in for Michelle Dillon Sharks. Lucy Charles-Barclay, fresh off winning the 70.3 World Champions just last week across the US, and an even bigger in, some would argue, for the Cheetahs. They're down a woman, but they pick up Olympic and World Champion Flora Duffy. To look out for in the Rhinos is Katie Zafiris. The Eagles is championship leader Jess Learmonth, and chasing her is Georgia Taylor-Brown of the Scorpions. Let's look now actually at the leaderboard, and there are 4 Brits at the top. Jess Learmonth has won 3 from 3. She picks up 45. Georgia Taylor-Brown, though, is chasing her with 3 second places, and then it is a 3-way shootout for the 3rd spot on the podium between Vicky Holland, Beth Potter, and Katie Zafiris.
Eagles closest to the screen. There is Jess Learmonth, Vicky Holland, Taylor Spivey, Vittoria Lopez. They've been so dominant, and they will look to lead out again. Fair bit of swell here, and off we go. And it was the Rhinos who got off quickly, and into the water they go. We've talked so much about what it'll be like to have this swell, and there's a fair bit of chop and swell pouring in, and you can already see, timing-wise, there is no choice but to just go for it, no matter what is happening. And as they head out into the beautiful bay here in Malibu, this swim could be all important. Let's not forget Lucy Charles-Barclay, widely regarded as the best swimmer in triathlon, is in this field, fresh off a 70.3 World Championship win just last week in Utah. But Jess Learmonth has been almost unbeatable. In fact, she has been unbeatable in the swim, and she is sitting on a 3-point championship lead. Also, don't discount forward Flora Duffy. She is the Olympic champion. She is the world champion. She's probably the most complete triathlete out there as they come together.
It's crucial to get the right wave, because if they don't, the athletes can get sucked back out again.
Yeah, definitely. You can see Lucy Charles, I think you said, up in the front, and they're actually a lot closer together than you would expect with some of this chop here and a bit of the waves. But yeah, coming in is the real crucial part of the swim. They want to check where the waves are and really try and get up onto one of these waves and can really help them to get out and to try and get a little bit of a break here coming into the transition area.
Well, Learmonth and Colwell look like they're fighting each other for that second position, and no one looks like they're going to catch a wave. Those waves are breaking very close to the shore, although one comes through and gives everyone a hand at the back of the pack. Lucy Charles, though, will come onto the dark sands of Malibu first of all and make that run up to transition. So, first time she's been in Super League Championship Series. She did very well in the Super League Arena Games, and they make that run up and they head out onto 3 laps of the bike course. I think it was Taylor Brown there who momentarily dropped the goggles, and up they come. So of course the 90-second rule is in effect, as well as those championships, as those eliminations. It's Vittoria Lopez, not Learmonth, who was in the water there. And the battle braids on Lucy Charles. She always has them when she races, and she heads into transition first. And it looks like she will pick up the short chute. So the short chute's for the first out of the swim, heading over the bike mount line, and Lucy Charles-Barclay has the swim short chute. Vittoria Lopez comes over second. She picks up 4 bike points, and into the railing goes Charles-Barclay. I thought it was Colwell. It's actually Flora Duffy, and she heads straight to the front, the Olympic champion. Vittoria Lopez sitting in 3rd position, and if I am correct, she has overtaken Jess Learmonth then to win the swim jersey overall. Yeah, there's battles all across this field. Flora Duffy obviously leading. Jess Learmonth and Vittoria Lopez are your top 3. So 2 Eagles and the world champion sit at the front. Lucy Charles-Barclay ahead of Georgia Taylor-Brown, who's moved up. So those 2 Brits working together. Katie Zafiris, in terms of the last spot on the podium, is a 3-way battle. She is currently in 6th position ahead of Simone Ackerman, Sophie Colwell, Ilaria Zane, Non Stanford, Valerie Barthelemy. Beth Potter is another one who's aiming for the podium, and so is Vicky Holland, who's back 18 seconds at the moment. Gillian Sanders, Cassandra Beaugrand are there as potential eliminations at the end of this bike leg. And of course the other short chute is on offer, and it won't go to Lucy Charles-Barclay as it stands. It'll go to one of these 3 women, and it'll happen at the mount line. So after they get off the bike, they've got to go through transition. Whoever has the best transition out of these 3 will pick up the short chute, and they're going to head in, and whoever comes over the mount line first is going to pick up the bike points and the short shoot. And at the moment, Jess Learmonth is in the box seat to pick up that 20 grand. She's already 3 points ahead of Georgia Taylor-Brown. And Georgia is not going to be able to cross that mountain line ahead of her. Learmonth gets the shoes on. She is going to pick up this short shoot. Is she? No, she's not. Duffy's going to steal it, and she does. So the two wildcard athletes pick up the two short shoots, and Duffy is out first, sharp as ever. And there you go. Confirmation, Victoria Lopez, there she is. Is it a smile? Is it a grimace? It doesn't matter. $20,000 into her pocket. And Georgia Taylor-Brown leading the chasing pack, and she's going to need all the help that she can get in this one. Yeah, there are your two championship protagonists, neither of whom have a short shoot because they have been brutally stolen by the wildcards. The 70.3 world champion Lucy Charles, and of course the Olympic and world champion Flora Duffy in the orange there with the Bermudan flag on the shoulder. Yeah, it's Flora Duffy in front, and behind her, 4 Brits. Georgia Taylor-Brown, Jess Learmonth, Non-Stanford is there, and Lucy Charles-Barclay. It doesn't matter too much at the front of the race. I can confirm for you that Gillian Sanders was eliminated on the last lap, and it looks like Ilaria Zane will be the next to be eliminated after that. Flora warms down after the first, and the clock starts ticking on that 4 minutes, and she knows that she needs to get herself composed and ready to go again. We head into stage 2, 3 more eliminations in this one. And off they go, 17 women back into the water and into the chop of the Pacific. And we saw Lucy Charles do so well the first time around. Let's see who's wasted a little bit. Let's see who's kept their energy as they head out to that first buoy once again.
Looks like they have a tiny bit of a split. You're almost 6 girls just up in the front here, and that's going to be tricky getting up onto the bike. But I think they definitely, it looks like they're all a lot more compact than you would have expected them to be coming out the water. What do you think of that, Annie?
Oh, absolutely. They're sort of on top of one another virtually. No one's got a real clean break, as we've seen previously. It is only 300 metres, and it is Flora Duffy who's out of the water first.
Transition's important. Lucy Charles doesn't want to be stuck on her own again. Very good one from Flora Duffy and also from Learmonth. Can Lucy Charles, who isn't the best transitioner, because obviously she doesn't need to do it so fast normally. Normally she's had a 45-minute swim and she's got as long as she wants to transition.
Jess has decided to push the pace a little bit. She's got Duffy on her wheel as she's fighting to get her feet and her Velcro done up, but Lucy Charles-Barclay is out the back door already.
Yeah, I think it's quite tricky for her. I mean, she definitely is put in the, in the hot seat here a little bit with the transitions, but I think it's Learmonth on the front. Just, these two working together. They are some of the best bike handlers in short course racing.
There's some names at the back, like Spivey, Holland, Beaugrand, and Potter, who are all towards the back of this pack. They're going to be saved, I think, by Emily Morier and Valerie Bartholomew are 5 seconds back. But there might be an elimination from this big pack at the back end, which means that they can't conserve the way they want to. But you can see the gap between Learmonth and Duffy, back to Georgia Taylor-Brown, who's having a lonely old one at the moment. It's Emily Morier, Valerie Bartholomew, both chasing down Simone Ackerman to avoid being eliminated once we get onto the mountain line at the end of this bike. There is the pack, just doing what they do, cycling around, knowing that there's athletes behind them that'll be eliminated before them. On the black carpet are our leaders. Then will come Georgia Taylor-Brown, who's just let the other two get away. Whereas Duffy and Learmonth have got a little bit of that ego. They want to cross the line first in stage 2. They want to send a message. But the real race is here at the back. I'm really loving watching Flora Duffy, the Olympic and world champion, go about her business. She has done just about everything there is to do in triathlon. Learmonth comes out first, though, onto the run. Duffy knows exactly what she needs to do. And look at who's in 16th position right now. Lucy Charles-Barclay. She's going to be saved by Simone Ackerman, I think.
This is down to the
back,
transition.
Lucy Charles. Yep.
She's out.
She's out. Confirmation that our run champion is in fact Georgia Taylor-Brown. She has taken the most run points across the course of our series, so she picks up 20 grand. So as they come across this line, someone is going to be eliminated, and I think we can see someone dropped off the back here.
Yeah,
everyone's run up to the group.
I think it's Bartholomew. I think that's just on the bubble here from Belgium. It's going to be very tricky to come back from this position. I think, I think as soon as you know you're kind of slightly off and your legs are done. I mean, they've been racing. This is the 4th weekend in a row, so people are tired.
They are. Well, blessed relief for Valerie Bartholomew. So there is a list of the women who have been eliminated. Bartholomew, Takahashi, Ilaria Zane, and the 2 South Africans, Sanders and Ackerman, who have found the pace quite hot across the course of this month of racing.
I tell you what, Will, we've just seen Lucy Charles-Barkley go across our screen, and wow, she looks good. You know, we've kind of knocked her because she's not quite as strong as she could be in terms of her skills, but she's running with the best of them and absolutely looking fantastic at the moment.
Yeah, it's very interesting. She would have moved up even though the elimination's only from behind, but I think, she wants to be in the point, and she's a racer, and if you're a racer, you want to go for it.
This is Super Saturday, Malibu.
Hands go in the air, and they are off. A few gaps here, very fast out. Went one of the Eagles and over that, and a big dive into the water. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Who saw that one coming? The waves are big.
It's all about timing with these waves, isn't it? It's all about timing.
That could have rattled a couple of people if they just hadn't got the timing quite right, and we should see the swim split up a little bit more than normal. Across the top of your screen comes Jess Learmonth. Now it's all about her and Georgia Taylor-Brown. She's got Lucy Charles swimming right next to her. That's helpful, but out the front is Duffy, who took the left-hand side, the cheetahs. Good work, Annie Emerson, cheetah team captain or team manager. Took the left-hand side, or at least screen left, and it looks like the fastest way to the first buoy, just the way the wave shook out just then, and Duffy has an immediate advantage, and behind her is Katie Zafiris.
Well, that was a really tough start for Jess Learmonth, and I'll take no credit for the position on the pontoon. That was Johnny Brownlee. We can just see now the athletes heading back into the water. It gets very messy here.
It looks like almost they caught their feet on the edge of the wave and got kind of like almost in a somersault on the left-hand side.
Oh, wow.
That's a don't do this at home. Kids, if you're watching, don't ever do that. Don't do it in the pool, don't do it anywhere.
I absolutely love to watch Katie Zafiris race. We haven't mentioned her very much because she's been in that sort of mid-pack place. She is the bronze medalist from Tokyo, had 2 4th-place finishes in the series so far. I wouldn't bet against her. If she's up there with Flora, she can certainly get on her wheel. She's ridden with her many, many times in different races and different series. And she has won, of course, in the Super League series. And it's Flora Duffy, I think, that's gone backwards here.
And they're catching the waves coming in. This seemed quite interesting. I think it was Lucy Charles-Barkley who really managed to catch the wave there nicely. It's Katie Zafiris also in here as well who came through. So she looks like she's moved up quite a lot.
So Lucy Charles-Barkley had 2 of the top 3 fastest run times, but she has the 2 slowest bike times recorded. And out first comes Duffy. Extremely important for Charles-Barkley to stay with this pack. And now, well, there's no 2 and 1 getting out. It is stay with the pack and hang on. Zafiris is there, Learmonth is there, Duffy is there, and Taylor-Brown is there. And off the back is Charles-Barkley, who's had another tardy transition, and that could cost her in the end as Duffy pushes at the front. It's all about this race in 4, though. Duffy is the only one with a short shoot. Learmonth and Taylor-Brown, where you can throw a blanket over them, and fair enough. And Katie Zafiris, who was the 2019 Super League champion, is in the box seat for 3rd place on the podium in the overall. And, well, of course, for this race as well. And it's a group of 4. Who has the run legs off the back of this? Could this have worked out any better? 3 world champions at the front, 2 Olympic gold medalists, an Olympic silver medalist, an Olympic bronze medalist, and both of our championship leaders, and they're all within 1.1 seconds after a month. This is exactly how you want things to play out. They've got 1 lap on the bike and a 1.6-kilometre run, and then everything will be decided. Question now, when does Flora Duffy take the short shoot? She has 2 options. She can take it at either point on the 2 laps of the run. If I was her, I'd be sitting in and just letting everybody remember that she has the shortcut to take. and then take it with 400 metres to go and sprint away to the finishing line. Anyway, out of the shoes they go. Duffy onto the black carpet, Taylor Brown, Learmonth, and just behind, a little beat behind is Zefiris, but a good transition will fix all that. Racking the bike, the world champion. She's on, fastest, and all three of them will go past her. No, two of them will, and Zefiris makes time up in transition. Taylor Brown does too. They're the two with the Super League experience, and we know Super League, well, the fourth discipline is incredibly important, and that is why Super League athletes go on to win Olympic and World Championships.
We're just watching Lucy Charles-Barkley come in, and she looks like she could be one of the athletes that could be eliminated. She was just behind Sophie Coldwell, but she was the last of the pack to come in.
Yeah, so that's a very tricky. She has been eliminated, Lucy Charles-Barkley. You would have never have called that. Another short shoot gone.
Georgia Taylor-Brown's decided to stamp her authority on this race, and she has the Olympic champion on her shoulder, but of course she has the short shoot, and I think when it comes down to it, it's going to be pretty tough for Georgia Taylor-Brown to get the better of Duffy with that short shoot. Zefiris on her shoulder, and sadly we see that Jess Learmonth has dropped off the pace now.
That's the real race. Georgia Taylor-Brown is in the perfect position, so if they cross the line the way it is now, Georgia Taylor-Brown would steal the Super League championship from Jess Learmonth. Of course, Duffy has the short shoot, but Zefiris, her positioning could play a major role in this as well. She's saying, hey, take it now. Take it this time.
Oh, there she goes.
All right. And she does.
And Georgia Taylor's got to get up on their feet. She has to close this gap to Flora Duffy. She has to. Come on.
Well, she's taken it lap one, so she has an extra 800 metres to close that gap now. Whereas if they'd have stayed together, she almost said, hey, Flora, take it this time. Hey, Super League rookie, take it this time. Don't sit in with me and then leave me 400 metres. Leave me 1.2 Ks to do it. And that's exactly what's going to happen. The foot race now is on.
How do we have the winner of 3 races, London, Munich, Jersey, sitting in 4th, and she's not going to take the overall title because of the points here? I mean, bitter disappointment for Jess Learmonth.
We don't know that. Don't be saying that. We don't know that. All we need is Katie Zefiris to overtake Georgia Taylor-Brown to go to Jess Learmonth.
We've got time yet. I mean, it's not done until the finishing line. It's not done. It's not over.
Katie Zefiris is gone, sorry, Will, but I think that's Georgia Taylor-Brown's series now wrapped up.
I think it is. Flora Duffy, Georgia Taylor-Brown, Katie Zefiris are your top 3. Jess Learmonth has fallen back, but Duffy looks supreme.
What an amazing performance from Flora Duffy coming in here. I mean, she is so powerful coming through here to the finishing line.
Here she comes. Flora Duffy will be your champion. She led from start to finish, dominated throughout. The Olympic champion, the world champion, and the Malibu champion. Georgia Taylor-Brown is your overall championship winner. Because Katie Zefiris comes in 3rd position. So your podium then is Georgia Taylor-Brown from Jess Learmonth and from Katie Zefiris. The series leader for 3 weeks and 6 days, and then she's had the run from under her. Jess Learmonth, what a month of racing.
I felt really good out there today. It's my first ever Super League, so I have very limited experience racing over this distance. Didn't really know what to expect, but absolutely loved it.
So a big result for Flora Duffy, but an even bigger one overall for Georgia Taylor-Brown. She had a job to do, she got it done, and she pipped Jess Learmonth at the post. After a month of racing, it was 1 point. Katie Zefiris, well, her result today lifted her to 3rd overall, and 4 Brits in the top 5. Look at that, Beth Potter and Vicky Holland rounded out.
It's a bit bittersweet, I guess. Jess has led the whole series. She's been so strong, so dominant, and it's hard because we're such good friends, and it's hard, like, to be able to race against her, and I don't know. It's just hard, but I'm happy. But yeah, I wish we could share it.
This year, Super League Triathlon is part of the Malibu Triathlon weekend. Everyone's coming together to raise funds for pediatric cancer research at the Children's Hospital, Los Angeles.